how to begin fresh milling. Like that is the number one question that I get like in real life when people find out that I fresh mill my bread, my cookies and my brownies and muffins and all that stuff. And then they taste it and they're like, oh my gosh, Ashley, this is delicious. But I'm scared. Like it sounds so intimidating. I don't have time for that. How do you do it all? Because like we're all busy. I don't care who you are. We are all flipping busy. And y'all, this isn't as intimidating as what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you how, as a beginner, you can get yourself set up in the simplest way possible. And I'm even going to show you like my pantry. And it is a mess. I am not a closet by design owner. So no judgment there. So the reason why I came up with this idea is I'm going to make 2 loaves today, one for my daughter because it's her favorite sandwich bread, and then another for a friend at the gym because she loves the bread too. And so anyway, so I am out of my not out, but I need 5.5 cups to make my hard white bread today. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a great moment to teach somebody, okay, at the very beginning, what do I do? Because I don't just like leave my berries out here all the time. So when you are starting to fresh mill, keep it simple. You only need 2 types of berries. And let me show you. All right, here's where you begin. 2 things. I kicked my son upstairs because I was like, I love you, but you and your friends are like being too loud. So I did that. And then secondly, this is vulnerable of me. I'm about to show you my pantry and it's a big fat mess, but I don't care. It's worth it because this is something that I'm so passionate about and I know it's going to change your life. Okay, so are you ready? Oh my gosh, here we go. Okay, I know I'm so dramatic, right? Anyways, so the 2 berries that you need are hard white, and then I can't lift it up, but I got a big container in here, and that's soft white. Your hard white is going to be for your breads because it's got it's just think of hard white as like it's got more gluten in there, and it's so it's going to be able to give your bread that rise. Soft white is going to be for all your sweet treats. So think of like the S in soft and sweet treats. So it's going to be for your muffins, your cookies, your pancakes, your cinnamon rolls, and all that stuff. So if you want to make fresh milled bread, which I know you do, get a thing of hard white. Now, I will tell you, some people may say get hard red because you've got hard white and hard red. Hard white is going to be the most similar to the white fluffy bread that you get in the grocery store. Hard red is going to taste like that whole wheat flavor. It's a nutty flavor. My family loves the soft white. I mean, sorry, the hard white berry because it tastes like white bread. They don't like that, nutty, I don't want to say granola thing. They don't like the nutty, hearty. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, anyways, anyways, back to the point. Ash bear. It's hard white or hard red, and then soft white. And then if you want to get, I would start there. If you want to get an ancient grain, you can get either spelt or einkorn. I will be honest. I'm having a little issue of finding einkorn out there. So spelt is an ancient grain. It's also cheaper and it's really good too. So if you have sensitivities with your stomach, a lot of people find that the ancient grain spelt and einkorn are easier on their stomach. But anyways, so for example, right here, what I have is okay, hold on. Let me back up. So you're like, why do you have these big buckets? So when you start out, just get 2 buckets. Even really, if you just want to get a 5-pounder, you can. That's what I started off with because it was so intimidating. I started off with a 5-pound bag of hard white and a 5-pound bag of soft white, and that's it. Now, if you want to buy it in a big bag, that's going to like from Azure Standard. You can take a look at some of my Azure Standard haul videos, but if you, or wherever you want to get your grain from, okay? Azure Standard just is high quality and the price point is really great. Then what you want to do is you want to get a big bucket. You can get these from Amazon. You can get them from Costco. You can get them from Walmart, wherever. And then you've got 2 different types of lids. You've got the snap-on lids, and then you've got what's called is a gamma lid, so that you just like spin it and open the grain that way. Look at me. Like anyways, you got to like do it just right. Like I know a 4-year-old can do this. And there we go. All right, I spin it off. So what I'm going to do is, so when you get your big thing of grain, you're going to want to get some oxygen absorbers. Okay. So whenever you get it out of the bag, what you're going to want to do is, because here's why. You may have heard, oh my goodness, but if I get it from a bag or something, there's going to have like little critters or little eggs in there. And you don't want, like, is a living thing. Like grain has the bran, the germ, and the endosperm and all the natural oils in there. So, I mean, you think about like, leaving like an apple out, like it's going to attract insects. So, what do you not want to attract insects and to keep your grain safe is, and then like literally it can last for decades, is that you don't want to have any oxygen in there so that it'll suck out all the oxygen. So if there's anything that was gonna, break open or whatever, you know, oh, it works. So this is why a lot of people get the Gamma lids. But my husband loves the Snap-on lids. They're also cheaper, just, and it's doable because what you do is you take it from a big tub like this, and then what you do is, now what I would do, you get these things, I'll link them below, but you get these oxygen absorbers and you put 5 of them in there and you just do 5 and then you immediately close it up and that's going to suck the oxygen out. Now they're only good for that one time because obviously when I open it back up, I'm letting oxygen in there and then the absorbers no longer work. So that's just like a little tip. So to keep me from constantly going into the bin and to keep my grain as fresh as possible, I use these containers. I also think they're pretty, but you can use whatever containers you want. And so then what I do is I go from the big bucket to my little jar and I fill it up. Okay. Now, if you get a little 5-pounder, so this bucket is 25 pounds because I order mine either in a 25-pound bag or a 50-pound bag because, oh my gosh. Okay. Did y'all just see me drop all that grain? Now I'm going to have to get the vacuum cleaner out because you don't want to attract, special friends, right? And I'm sweating, by the way. Oh my word. It's like right now I'm in the middle. Thanks, Waggles. That's my dog. I'm in the middle of August and it is in the South and it is so flipping hot right now. Okay. So and so then I'll put this back on. I snap it down real tight all the way around. Okay. So, and then what I will do is I will use this jar. I'll take it back out into the kitchen and I use this jar to make all of my bread from. I'm going to quickly vacuum that mess up because like I got to do it because if I don't, I'm going to forget it. Ask me why I'm drinking hot coffee and sweating. I'll tell you why. It's because I've got a teenager and a preteen. Oh, anyways. Okay. So the grain mills, there are, as you know, like tons of options out there. Let me explain. Whatever one you get, like it's fine. Like you need a grain mill. Like this is a non-negotiable, but I'll tell you why I chose this one. And then, you can also do your own research, but I did a lot of research for this one. And I also wanted to, here's the thing. My life is so busy, just like your life is so busy. And I'm also an impatient person, if you can't tell, which is why I need extra caffeine, right? Ha ha. Anyways, my whole point is I wanted an electric mill because if you got time to walk to the pantry, you got time to mill. Okay. So, that's, so that was my whole point. Like I wanted something fast that's going to get the job done. So I got the Wonder Mill and it is so stinking easy to use. So I got it because it is super fast. Okay. The electric mills are super fast. Number 2, super easy to use. Number 3, this is huge. It's self-cleaning. I don't have to replace anything. Like it cleans itself. So those are the 3 things that I did. So what happens is that when you get hold on, let me show you the wheat berry. Okay, here it is. So when you get this is a wheat berry, right? And you get, you pour the kernels into the spout. Okay, this whole berry needs to be ground up so that you can it'll break open the vitamin E, the vitamin B's, the magnesium, like everything. And it's going to grind it into flour. The Wonder Mill that I got has, it's got pastry, bread, and coarse. Honestly, I mean, here's the thing. It depends on what kind of baker you are. I am not the kind of baker that is like super meticulous about getting just the right kind of flour and does everything perfect. I just want to taste good. And then I also like things to be done, so that I can get it done for supper that night. Right. So I leave everything on course and it works great. And the reason why, this is another reason why I use this mill is because it grinds, not only does it grind wheat, but it does corn and beans. So if I leave it on coarse, it'll just grind the beans and the corn. It's just one less thing I have to think about. But if you're like, no, Ashley, I'm not like you, I am meticulous when it comes to my baking, then you can flip it on pastry. Like that's fine. I will say you need to be cognizant, because if you do go this route and you're like, ooh, I want to make corn muffins, and make the Ezekiel blend. So it's got like a perfect protein bread that you can do with beans and grains. I know. Make sure you do it on course, because it with the electric mill, you don't want to get stuck. I have had that happen before, and guess what? I just watched a video and figured out how to get it unstuck. Like me, technically challenged me. So I am telling you, if I can do all of this, y'all, you can do it. Like that is some major encouragement right there. Like you can do this. Okay, so do you need a mixer to make breads, cookies, cakes, and all this stuff from your fresh milled flour? No, you really don't. When I first began, I did not. Like I had my KitchenAid mixer that I got when I was married, and I mean I still have it. I'm not going to pull it out because it's heavy, but you can use that, or you don't even have to use the mixer. You can make bread without a stand mixer. Now, does it make your life amazing? Oh yeah. And I started off with what I had, and then I upgraded to the Bosch universal mixer. And let me tell you something, that was life changing, because it takes kneading with the KitchenAid mixer from 45 minutes to like 10 minutes. And it's just easy to dump all your ingredients in there. But if you are new to milling, like you don't have to start with this stuff. You can literally use bowls. I will tell you, this is what I did when I first started milling. So I got my grain, because you have to have grain. That's a non-negotiable. You have to have a grain mill. That's a non-negotiable. Then what I did, y'all, is I actually got a bread machine at the beginning. Ooh, let me show you my bread machine. Okay, this is hysterical. My bread machine is way down there because I haven't used it in such a long time, because I really enjoy the process of making the bread by hand. But at the beginning, I used that bread machine because the whole part of bread making was so intimidating to me. So if you're like that, get yourself a bread machine. It was life-changing. You can literally dump all the ingredients, the flour, the eggs, the honey, the sugar, and it will tell you these steps to do it. You dump it, you press the button, and then when you get home from work, it's done. You've got a loaf of bread. Or if you're like, I want it for breakfast, before you go to bed, you dump all the ingredients in the bread machine, and when you wake up, you have fresh, warm bread. Like life-changing, okay? But so I did that, and then here's what I did. I had to get out of that closet. It was too hot. Then what I did was, working with fresh milled flour, I started off with muffins, y'all. Muffins. I start off with muffins, cookies, and brownies. Why? Because it's so easy to do. You don't need a mixer. You can just do it by hand in your bowls and like mix, mix, mix. And guess what? They taste phenomenal, and you're getting all of that good nutrition from the fresh milled flour. And it's an easy win. Like the first time I did it, I didn't know what it was going to taste like. Like, was it going to be as amazing taste, and like my kids are going to run and eat it like everybody says they do? Yeah, they did. And so then that boosted my confidence, because I was like, oh my gosh, my kids, who are the pickiest eaters ever, and I'm sorry, even my husband is, they ate it, y'all. They ate it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm giving them something really, really good for their bodies, because it's got 40 out of the 44 essential nutrients that you need. Like this is a superfood. My whole point is it gave me confidence. So I made muffins, cookies, and brownies. And then it was funny. And then I used my bread machine. Okay. And then my husband was so funny. He was like, Ashley, it's time for you to start making bread. Okay. I know you can do this. Start making bread. And I did. And if you begin with bread and you're like, actually, I don't want to do the bread machine. Like I want to start going in, making bread. Y'all, it's easy. Okay. It is easy. It is not as intimidating. I would start off with a bread. I've got tons on my channel. I would start off with the like soft, white, fluffy bread, because you're using something called active yeast instead of sourdough. Sourdough, I would wait a minute on the sourdough. I would just start with the loaf, the loaf pans. By the way, you will need a loaf pan. I like the cast iron ones because it doesn't get my bread burned on the bottom. It doesn't have any yucky coatings in there, and they retain the heat really well. And I actually bought two, because as you get into it, you'll have to put a loaf on top. But my whole point is, start off with a hard white loaf because you're able to make it like that day, and it's not a big deal. So that is what I would start off with. Okay, so let's just review this. Yes, I used to be a teacher. So step one, you need to get hard white or hard red. Okay, hard berries and then a soft berries. Okay, hard for bread, soft for cookies, muffins, blah blah blah. Number two, you've got to get a grain meal. Okay, non-negotiable. Number three, start off with cookies, brownies, muffins. That is your go-to. You are going to build up the confidence. You're going to see things like with because fresh milled flour is different from all-purpose flour. Remember, all-purpose has had all the nutrients stripped from it, all the oils, all the vitamins have stripped from it, okay? So fresh milled flour is going to act completely different than what you're used to baking. Like you have to do something called a rest stage, which is like that sounds intimidating, but it's not. It's just where you just like leave it in the bowl so it can absorb, the honey and the water, like little easy stuff. And yeah, and then start just having fun. If you have any questions, if you want me to make a video about something else that you're really struggling with, please ask me. Like, I really want you to succeed in this. This has changed my family's life. I am going to do a video on how this has changed my family's life and why I am so passionate about doing this. And I really hope that you'll watch that video because that can be you. But again, I am so happy that you're interested in this. I'm cheering you on. Just please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I'm beyond happy to do so. And I want to say, happy baking! You got this.